Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial we're going to be making this corset called cornical corset. Alright, just sit back and relax. So if today is your first time of coming to this channel, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if this tutorial is something you think you will want to watch, I would advise you watch to the end. If you are new here, don't forget to also hit our notification bell so that you get notified whenever we upload our video. So right now we're going to start with our drafting. Okay, so I'm going to start with the shoulder. The shoulder I'm working with, it's 16 inches divided by 2. You should have 8 inches. So I have 8 inches here. Alright, I'm going to draft out all my vertical lines. So from my shoulder to my bust point is 10 inches. And the under bust is 16 inches. And then from the waist, I'll just count 1, 2, 3. And then the blouse length is going to be 26. Alright. So I have my hip measurement at, I'll be using, I'll be using 24 as my hip line, but since the length is 26, I'll be leaving it at 26, so the hip is around here. Alright, so I'm going to draft the lines, make all the lines visible. Alright. So the armhole I'm working with, I'll be using 9 inches for my armhole. The 9 is here. So I'll just go in with my armhole curve. So now the next I'm going to put is my neckline. Remember, like I said, if you are making if you're adding a yoke on your own, you can do all this. I'm only trying to show us what to do in case you are adding a yoke on yours. All right, I think I should be adding a yoke on this when I'm sewing it, so it all depends on what you want. Alright, so now I have my armhole, I have my bust points, we have the under bust, we have the waistline, the hip, and the length of the blouse. Alright, so we have the armhole, bust points, under bust, waistline, hip, and length. So that's the things you'll be needing if you are drafting out yours. So right now I'm going to take my nipple to nipple. The nipple to nipple I'm working with is 5 inches. So 5 inches is our nipple to nipple line. So it's time to take our darts. Now on the underbust part, on this part I'm going to use 1.5 inches. Then here I'll use 1 inch. So here is 1.5, here is 1 inch. All right, that's what I'm going to use for my darts. Now I'll come down to the waistline like so. and then here I'm going to come down this way. Now it's going to be like 1.5 inch above the length. All right, so I come up with 1 inch, then I'm going to connect this way. Okay, so this is how I connected it. Hope you can see very well. So like I said, 1 inch here, 1.5 inch here, then I came up with 1 inch, and then I connected what? My darts. All right, so I hope you can see very well. All right, so now it's time to check for the upside. Now for the shoulder part, check what you have here. Check what you have here. All right, so after taking my my neck, what I'm left with is 4.2. So what I'm going to do is divide it by 2. I should have 2.1. 2.1 is somewhere around here. So I'm going to connect it to the words, to this line. That's the nipple to nipple line. Okay, so now I've connected it. I'm going to connect my bust points. I'll be coming down with 1.5 inch to connect what? The cup side. So I'll use this to connect it. And then I'll connect this one too. Okay, so now on this part, like I said, if you need a yoke on this is what you should do. All right, that is if you need a yoke. Now for me, I need a yoke on this part, so I'm going to show you where I want my yoke to stop. I would like my yoke to stop at 7 inches, which is somewhere around here. All right, you can try to come down more. That is, it all depends on what you want. So I'm going to rule a line there. Okay, this is where I want my yoke to start. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my darts there. All right, I'll take my new darts there. Now remember, we took 1.5 on this area, so I'll maintain that 1.5. All right, so and here I will take 1 inch, so I'll connect 2. Okay, I'm working with someone with a very big bust. All right, so that's why it's like this. So this is it. Now it's time to connect the neckline side. On this part, it's time to connect the yoke part here. So I want the yoke part to stop somewhere at 8.5, which is here. So I'm going to connect this yoke part. So I'll connect it here. Okay, now for the armhole part, I'll go in this way. You can see I've connected it, so this becomes our yoke. So now I'm going to put my shoulder slope. Sorry, I forgot to add 1/2 inch here. After I added my main measurement, I forgot to add the 1/2 inch. So add the 1/2 inch. Remember, we usually add it. So let me add the 1/2 inch. Okay, so you are going to add your shoulder slope. Our shoulder slope is 1 inch, so slope your shoulder with 1 inch. So once we are done, all right, so once we do that, once we've done that, it is time to take our measurements. So I want to take my measurement. The bust I'm working with is 46 divided by 4. Divided by 4, we have 11.5. So it's here. All right, so I'll take my allowance, 2 inches allowance. Then the underbust I'm working with, the underbust is 40 divided by 4. We have 10 inches. 10 is here. Then I'll take 2 inches allowance. Remember, we took out some allowance here. We have about 2.75. So I'm going to put it back. All right. So now on this part, that's for the waist part, I'll be using my underbust because I want to snatch very well. So I'll be using my underbust for my waist. Now for the hip I'm working is with 56 divided by 4. We have 14 inches. So I'll just add 2 inches. We didn't take much that, so it's just 1. So I'll add it back 1 inch. So I'm going to connect all these lines. So let's connect together. Remember, I said whatever I have on the underbust, I'll also use on the what? On the waist. My waist is 44, underbust is 40, so it's almost the same thing. So I will just use it that way. So I'll connect to the waist. I'll connect to the waist part, and then I'll connect to the waist, and then I'll connect to the hip. Okay. All right. So I've connected already. It's already giving us that conical shape already, but I want it to have more conical effects. Okay, because I want extra there. All right. I'm trying this out for the first time, so I want to have more conical effects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take extra 2 inches instead of 3. For slimmer people, you can take 2 inches, 3 inches. So I'm taking extra 2 inches there, extra 2 inches. So I'm going to like connect it. Okay, so I have connected it. Now this is it. Now you know in Victorian corsets usually have more lines. So I'm going to come somewhere around here. I'll take more lines. Remember, we had 2 inches for our allowance. So I'll just get the 2 inches for the allowance out of the way so that I can take more. So these are the 2 inches. Okay. This is 2 inches somewhere here. So this is 2 inches. So I'm going to I will check what I have from here to here. So I have 4 inches. I'll be dividing it by 2. 2 is somewhere here. So this is where I'll be taking my what? My more darts. So I'll just connect it up and carry it down here. Okay. So now for beginners, you can just leave yours like this and cut. All right, you can just leave it like this. If you're a beginner, you can just leave it on this part and cut and sew. You still have come out with something very great. But for me, I want the waist to really snatch very well. So because I want the waist to really snatch very well, I'm going to take 1/2 inch on both sides, 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch here. Sorry, I'll take it on the waist, not on the underbust. Take it on the waist. So we have 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch here. So I'm going to connect it. Remember, we want that place to snatch very well, so that's why we're doing all that. And we are concentrating on the waist part. All right, so we'll be able to snatch what? The waist. So now we took out 1 inch again. We took out 1 inch here from our allowance. Okay, so I'm going to add that extra 1 inch so that at the end we should have 2 inches for our sewing allowance. Okay, I usually like allowance, so I like it very well. But despite you like allowance, this dress, the reason why I'm putting all this allowance is because I want it to have zip. Okay, I want the back to have zip. I'll be using suede for this dress. I want it to look like that Vicky James outfit. So that's the reason why I am doing this. All right, so I've added the one inch allowance. The reason is because I want to use zip for the clothes, so so I don't want to miss my 2 inches what allowance. All right, now we are going to put some darts on this area. Okay, you don't want it looking this way, you don't want your work looking this way. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to come up here with 2 inches. Come up here with 2 inches here. So I'm going to come to this place, I'm going to connect it to this place. So I'm going to use this, all right, to connect it. Okay, let's go this way. All right, so this is how I want it. I think it's okay like this. So I'm going to cut off and then we'll go to the back. But before then, I'm going to take another dart from the bust side, all right, from the bust area. I'm going to come down here from the bust side. I'll take 1.25 here, all right, and then I'll connect it to the bust point. Okay, let's use 2 inches. So I'll connect it to the bust point. You know I have a new bust point now, but I'll connect it here. Okay, so here becomes the dart. So I'm going to connect it from there. So let's cut it off now. Let's cut it out. So that we can do the back side. I remember the back side is usually short. Now there's a mistake we did here. Now watch, remember we have a new bust point which is somewhere here. So I was supposed to just rule the line. So this is a new bust point. So I came down with 1.5 to connect to what my bust point. So please do yours like that. Okay, this is a new bust point. All right, remember the first initial bust point was 10 inches, but we came down with 1 point something, and this is a new bust point. So I had to rule the line to create that new bust point, and then I came down with let's see what we came down with. So we came down with 1.75, and then I reconnected to my bust point. All right, because connecting it from here, if the bust point is here, if I connect it from here, it's going to be too far. So I had to come down. Since I came down for my bust point, I had to come down and draw the line. So taking another dart. All right, the reason why we're having this alteration is because I am big. All right, I am bold. All right, so but yours might not really happen that way. In fact, it's not. All right, so before I cut out this place, remember I said there's a dart here. So let's do the dart first. So I'm going to pin it this way first. Okay, so I'll use my masking tape. So I'll connect again. Watch. So now we've gotten it. I'm going to what? So I'm able to pin it now, so we'll continue. My masking tape is finished. All right, so now I'm going to cut. Okay. So this is our cornical corset. Okay, this is for the front part All right, so we're going to go ahead and do what? The back parts. All right, so we'll do the what? The back parts. All right, so you remember the darts we collected on this part on the back side, on the front side. We took 1.75. Let's call it 2 inches. Took 2 inches. So now the effect is going to show on the back. So now for the back side, I'm not going to make it 26. The front was 26 inches. That's for the length. So for the front side, the back side, I'm going to make it 24 because we took out that dart here. So please remember that. All right. So now let's continue. So the back is going to be length 24. Now let's continue. So the next I'm going to get is and this is my zip allowance. Like I said, I want zip on this clothes. All right. So I'll put my nipple to nipple line. Nipple to nipple, 5 inches. 5 inches. So connect. Okay, so remember the bone of contention is the waist part. So I'm going to come to the waist part. I'll take 1/2 inch on both sides. So I'll connect it like this. Okay, so like I said again, in a Victorian corset you usually have more darts, but let's put our measurement so that we can add the other darts. The bust I'm working with is 46 divided by 4. We have 11.5. I'll be adding 2 inches for my allowance. The other bust I'm working with is 40. And remember I said I'm also using the same thing for the waist part, so I'll just put the same measurement. Then the hip we're working with is 14 inches. 14 inches. Then we have 2 inches for allowance. So we are going to connect all these lines. So from here I connect to the waist, and then I connect to the hip part. And so remember we added extra 2 inches forward. That cornical that looks like looks like peplum. All right, so we added extra 2 inches to it. So let's go with the 2 inches. All right, so now I'm going to go this way. So now I'm going to come up with 2 inches on that part. Come up with 2 inches. And then I'm going to connect it to this part. Alright, so now it's time to add the second dart. Okay, remember this is the allowance we have. So from here I'll check what we have here. We have 4.5 divided by 2 is 4.25. So here is where I'm taking my dart from. I have to share it into 2. Okay, so now to put our yoke. Now it all depends on the kind of back you want to use. All right, because definitely there must be a yoke on this. All right, so I'll take the yoke at 11 inches. All right, here. So we're going to connect this way. Okay, so I'll come in this way on the zip part. Right, so let's extend this line. So this is our yoke. Now we put our neckline on the yoke. Here I'm going to make it 2 inches, and then here we'll take the same thing we have for the front, 3 inches. So connects, remember. So this is the yoke part. All right, now it's time to put it's time for us to put the dart on this part. So here I'll just carry the line straight. Okay, so I'll take 1/4 of an inch for the two sides. 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Sorry, I'm still making the same mistake on the waist part, please. 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. All right, so let's connect. We'll connect this way. And then here we'll connect this way. All right, so this is it for the back. Okay, so I'm going to cut out now. Now I'm going to bring the front now and place it together so that you'll see why I had to make it 24 instead of 26. Now if you watch now, by the time I cut, if I place it here now, you see it's the same thing. Can you see? It's the same armhole. All right, it's the same armhole and it's here. You can see it's the same thing around here. That's the reason why, because we took out almost 2 inches here. All right, remember that. So since we took it out, remember we took out 2 inches there. Now if you place it, remember here we are cutting it off. If you place it on top of this piece, it is corresponding. So please, the dart you take out from here, make sure you take it out on the back side so that you will not have the back to look longer while the front is looking shorter. So please don't make the same mistake. All right, so now that's the reason why we had to make it 24. I know you are confused. So now let's cut it. Now I promised us we are going to sew. This week was supposed to be the sewing tutorial of that corset we did. I don't really have time, but I promise I'm going to start putting them in order. I'm doing I'm doing a renovation in my office, so it's really taking my time. But once we are through, I'll do the sewing tutorials of this so that you understand how to sew it. All right, so now I'm going to cut this place this way. The back parts, as you can see, this for the back. This for the back parts, and then we have for the front parts. All right, so if this tutorial was very helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. In my next video, I promise I'm going to be doing one of the sewing tutorial of the last week work, and then this one will have to follow. All right, please, if you've not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. And I want to say thank you very much for always coming back to watch our channel. All right, so God bless you. I'll see you again next week. My name is Cynthia. Bye.